Okay, so Drake really woke up and picked chaos again because why is this rap beef getting revived after the internet already lost its mind the first time? Kendrick has barely even said anything this year, yet Drake still somehow pulled him right back into the drama. At this point, Kendrick is probably somewhere relaxing and staying low-key, while Drake is sitting up at 1 a.m. typing emotional bars about how Not Like Us turned his whole year upside down. According to reports, Drake allegedly leaked a fresh diss track called 1 a.m. in Albany, and he was clearly carrying a lot of feelings into that studio session. Kendrick caught shots, LeBron got mentioned, J. Cole got random strays, and the whole vibe sounds like somebody still has not fully moved on from what happened in 2024. Fans noticed it instantly too because Drake sounded seriously irritated about that whole beef. And honestly, people can kind of see why after how brutal the internet made it for him. Not Like Us seriously became a full cultural takeover. That track was everywhere, blasting through clubs, social media, sports arenas, and the charts nonstop. Kendrick did not just drop a diss song, he flipped the entire conversation around Drake upside down. The song pulled in 5 Grammy wins, had huge crowds yelling that viral lyric, and turned Drake into one of the internet's biggest targets for months straight. Now rumors are flying that Kendrick might actually be getting ready to answer back again. Insiders are claiming he is back in the studio working on a possible Not Like Us Part 2. And if that ends up being real, this whole situation could get way messier fast. What makes it even crazier is that Drake is allegedly talking about legal action again if Kendrick drops another diss, saying it could support claims tied to his earlier lawsuit. So now this battle is happening in music and possibly in court at the same time. And once people dive into these leaked lyrics, the LeBron fallout drama, and Drake pulling UMG into more legal chaos, it becomes real clear why the internet keeps saying he should have just left Kendrick alone. Kendrick was out there focused on his own moves, staying quiet and minding business, but now the tension is heating right back up again. But Drake decided to jump right back into the mess again and throw shots at Kendrick out of nowhere. Well, not fully out of nowhere because everybody already knows their history is complicated, but things had been quiet for almost 2 years and most people thought the drama was finally dead. Then, suddenly, a few days ago, everything got loud again. According to reports, a track called 1 a.m. in Albany allegedly leaked online, and Drake used it to go after several people he clearly still has issues with, especially Kendrick, LeBron James, and J. Cole. And just like people expected, Drake had plenty to say about Kendrick throughout the track. At one point, Drake reportedly says, "To be the number one, you gotta lead the way. And to hold something over my head forever, you're still a couple feet away." Plot twist, the owl never sees the cage. The owl only wakes up to seize the day. Talking about hiding the Bible, maybe people should read a page. Iced out crosses on their necks thinking Jesus saves. Well, even if he does, ninja, either way, the blasphemy you talk let me know that your amazing grace gon' be delayed. Then in another section, Drake adds, "You ninjas should be ashamed. The fact you had to bring those talks to get some decent plays, goodness grace." Fans immediately started breaking down every line online, trying to figure out who caught the biggest shots and why Drake suddenly sounded this fired up again after staying mostly quiet for so long. Drake kept the shots coming too. In another part of the leaked track, he reportedly says, "God wanna wipe that lil smug look right off your effing face. All you really did was cap like uppercase, dodge the truth, but still managed to finally get a hit that let you run a base. Ninjas saw you out at first. You need him, so you out at home now, just like a double play." But the drama did not stop there. Drake also appeared to throw more shade at Kendrick on the song Shebang from his Iceman album. On that track, he says, "Where's the beef? It's cooked. Where's the boy? He's booked. Don't even recognize none of these names at the top of the charts, I looked. Am I upset? A bit. Last one you dropped was bad. I did press play on that hoe. Mid, skip. What should I take? A trip? Who should I take?" His B. Fans instantly noticed that Drake once again brought Kendrick's fiancée into the conversation, and people online were quick to point out how badly that strategy went for him back in 2024. A lot of fans still remember that once personal lines started getting crossed, Kendrick responded with "Meet the Grams" and then followed it up with "Not Like Us," which completely exploded across the internet. And honestly, it is pretty obvious Drake still feels a way about how that whole battle played out. Not Like Us was not just another diss record. It became the song everybody was talking about all summer long. The track dominated playlists, social media, award shows, and even sports arenas. Then Kendrick took home 5 Grammys, making the whole thing even bigger. People still talk about that Grammy moment too, when Kendrick took his time walking to the stage while the crowd loudly shouted that viral lyric all through the arena. That moment went viral fast, and the internet has never really let Drake live it down since. And people definitely have not forgotten that viral "Say Drake" moment at the Super Bowl either. That clip spread everywhere online and added even more pressure onto a situation that was already impossible to ignore.
I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to 'em and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them.
After Not Like Us blew up, the whole beef slowly cooled off because honestly, how do you even bounce back after a diss track reaches that level? The internet treated it like a cultural event, and for a while it seemed like everybody involved had finally moved on. But now, almost 2 years later, Drake is suddenly firing shots all over again. And Kendrick was not the only person catching heat this time, because Drake also seemed upset with LeBron James. A big reason for that reportedly comes from LeBron publicly supporting Kendrick while the rap battle was still going crazy online. People still remember the clips of LeBron rapping "Not Like Us" word for word like it was his personal anthem. Drake apparently viewed that as a real betrayal because the two of them had been publicly close for years. Back in February 2023, Drake was right there celebrating when LeBron became the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Then in 2021, when Drake accepted Billboard's Artist of the Decade award, LeBron even narrated the tribute video, praising Drake's success and calling it "certain destiny." But eventually, the friendship between Drake and LeBron seemed to fall apart. Drake later took shots at LeBron on the song "Fighting Irish." And after that, LeBron appeared to lean even harder toward Kendrick during the height of the rap battle drama. Now, fast forward to today, and Drake still sounds bothered by the whole situation because on the leaked track, he reportedly called LeBron out for being disloyal. Drake raps, "I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena because you always made your career off of switching teams up. Please stop asking what's going on with 23andMe. I'm a real ninja and he's not. It's in my DNA." But instead of everybody rallying behind Drake, the internet instantly started roasting him over the diss. A lot of people felt like he sounded way too emotional about something that happened almost 2 years ago. Social media users were posting comments like, "Mind you, this is a 40-year-old man still crying over losing a rap battle 2 years ago." And those reactions started spreading fast online.
Are we sure it's luck? 9 #1 albums, 6 #1 songs, a record 232 songs on the Billboard charts, 45 top 10 chart positions, the most of any artist ever. Are we sure it's luck? The first artist to debut at #1, 2, and 3 simultaneously. More weeks on the Hot 100 than Elvis Presley, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. Most streamed artist of all time. 13 Billboard Awards, the most ever in one night. 27 total Billboard Awards, the most wins in music history. A record 431 weeks on Hot 100. Luck is defined as success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own action. This is far from chance. This is purposeful choices, selfless gestures, relentless hours, and a whole lot of good karma. This is clinical, surgical, militant. Even when they don't want to compete anymore, you find someone to challenge every single time, even if that someone is yourself. It's not luck, my good friends. It's certain destiny.
The internet wasted no time clowning Drake after those leaks either. People were posting comments like, "How tragic," and "Kendrick on this ninja's mind at 1 a.m." And 2 years later, Kendrick still got him spiraling. Others called the diss weak and said, Drake sounded way too emotionally stuck on the whole situation. Now, things are allegedly heating up again, because according to sources connected to Kendrick's label, Kendrick is supposedly back in the studio working on a possible Not Like Us Part 2. And if that rumor ends up being true, fans already expect the response to get extremely intense because the first track completely shook up the music world. But somehow the drama gets even messier. Reports claim Drake is now allegedly considering more legal action if Kendrick drops another diss track, because he believes it could strengthen arguments tied to his earlier lawsuit claims. According to reports, on November 25th, only 3 days after Kendrick released, Drake's company, Frozen Moments, LLC, filed legal documents accusing UMG and Spotify of running an illegal scheme to boost Not Like Us. The lawsuit reportedly claimed bots, payola, and other tactics were used to artificially push Kendrick's diss track higher on the charts and flood social media with attention around the song. Legal filing reportedly claims that UMG did not leave the success of Not Like Us up to normal promotion or public reaction alone. Instead, Drake's side alleged the company launched a major campaign designed to flood streaming platforms, social media, and radio stations with the track until it became impossible to avoid. According to the documents, the feud escalated over 16 days, as both artists released a series of diss tracks packed with sharp accusations, heavy tension, and aggressive lyrics. The filing describes Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us as the track that delivered the biggest impact in the battle and pushed the entire feud into another level of public attention. The documents also state that the song included controversial claims about Drake, which quickly sparked massive online discussion and debate. And with all the backlash and debate surrounding the lyrics, Not Like Us still exploded into a huge cultural moment, dominating charts, playlists, social media, and award shows, while receiving major commercial success and critical praise. And this next part shocked a lot of people online, because Drake's legal team reportedly argued that UMG violated federal RICO laws, the same type of laws often connected to organized crime investigations. They also accused UMG of unfair business practices and false advertising under New York law. What makes the whole situation even crazier is that Drake is now publicly battling the same music company that helped launch and support his career for years from the very beginning. UMG has been connected to Drake's career since the early Young Money days, alongside Lil Wayne through Republic Records, and later, Drake signed directly under Republic himself. So this is not just some random company he worked with once or twice. This is a label that helped shape his rise into one of the biggest names in music. At the same time, Kendrick has also spent his whole career connected to the UMG system. First, it was through TDE, and now through PG Lang, both tied to Interscope under the same massive music umbrella. But UMG was clearly not about to sit quietly while Drake made those accusations. The company responded quickly with a statement to Billboard, pushing back hard against the claims and basically saying Drake was taking things way too far. Their statement read, "The suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue." UMG continued defending itself by saying, "We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear." In the end, the judge sided with UMG, and Drake ended up losing the case. But even after that setback, Drake reportedly still was not ready to let it go. According to reports, he pushed the case into appeals, arguing that the original decision was unfair and should be reconsidered. But once again, the case was dismissed, and the legal battle just kept getting more complicated. Now, with rumors flying about Kendrick possibly preparing another diss track, while Drake allegedly keeps his legal team close by, people are already bracing for another wild round of drama, and if the first rap battle completely shook up the internet, this next chapter could turn into total chaos fast. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments because this situation is getting crazier by the day. And with these two names involved, you already know the internet is going to stay watching every move. See you in the next one.